I'm Ali Bender.
And I'm Rosenberg.
And we're working for Hayters TV over this summer for the Women's Euros on all our social channels.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, the list goes on.
Exclusive content, behind the scenes. We're trying to do things a little bit differently.
Make sure you follow Hayters TV, subscribe, like and share. And the question is it coming home?
Coming home?
Chicken nuggets, right, with the potato smiley faces and spaghetti hoops.
Ellen White, she does that celebration. So you'll definitely get on the score sheet.
Obviously, as a striker, you want to score goals, so
yeah, I forgot the question.
Ice cream, like bubblegum ice cream, anything like blue.
Bubblegum ice cream.
Yeah, there's a really good one in Manchester that I always get, and it's so bad for you, but it's so good.
I think it's going to be a game changer, and I always say this about other major tournaments, but especially this one being in the UK, a home tournament, especially if England go all the way. It's going to mean more girls and boys getting involved in football, more coverage, more eyes on the game, breaking down the stereotypes as well and perceptions, and I think it's already starting to do that.
And then into the net.
Into the net. Oh!
Boom!
That's a great blooper.
Hi there, I'm Alison Bender. I'm a pitchside reporter and a presenter, and I cover the men's game. But of course, we've got the Women's Euros just a few days away, and it's on home soil. We've got the final at Wembley. And so I'm getting really excited about watching the women and finding out more about the game. So who better to do this with than with Rio Rosenberg? She's a footballer, she's a coach at grassroots level. She's going to be fronting the coverage for Hayters as they relaunch their women's coverage for this tournament. And Rio, I just want you to kind of get me into the vibe of where we're at, where England are at, and some of the other nations competing as well. So we saw the Lionesses warm-up game against Switzerland, and they did really well with a few new faces as well. It's kind of thrown up a few more questions, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. First of all, thank you for the lovely introduction. I think England are probably where they need to be before the Women's Euros. They had a really, really good build-up to the Euros. Playing Switzerland last night, lots of different goal scorers. Jill Scott even got on the scoreline. So I feel like Serena's got a lot more decisions to make going into the tournament because of how well all the players have played.
And not only that, Serena actually mixed around some of the positions as well. I mean, Leah Williamson, the captain, we normally see her a little bit further forward. She played centre-back. Where do you think we'll ultimately see her in the tournament, or will it be, horses for courses, different games?
I think Leah Williamson is going to be vital this summer. Obviously, captain of the squad, brings the youthful dynamic that the squad, I think, lacked in other tournaments. Leah's really dynamic, and I think Serena's really playing on that. She's obviously could play in the centre-back position, but also could play in the centre-mid, even CDM. I do think that she will play in more of a CDM position for most of the tournament. I think it gives a lot of stability down the core of that England team. I think we've already got Millie Bright in there already, Lottie Wibben-Moy, her Arsenal teammate. So I think they look really, really strong down that core, and I think Serena could play about, obviously could rotate with centre-back and CDM, but I do think Leah could be in more of that midfield position for the Euros.
We've already spoken about some of the personalities within the Lionesses, but there are some great competitors there throughout all the different teams. Who are the ones to watch, and perhaps some young players as well that we might see shine?
I think there's quite a few in this tournament, and a lot of upcoming stars from the DAZN UEFA Women's Champions League coverage. I think it put a lot more spotlights into different personalities from abroad. I think the key players, I've already mentioned her name, Alexia Putellas. She's won everything there is to win this season, Ballon d'Or winner. Her teammate Bon Mati was basically player of the game in the Champions League final, but she's been brilliant throughout her whole season. Also Ada Hegerberg, you can never leave her out, plays for Lyon, unbelievable season. Not just this season, but she's been in the women's game for a long time now and consistently does really well. Arsenal striker Vivianne Miedema will definitely get on the score sheet for the Netherlands, and I think she's going to be vital if they go far in this competition or not. It kind of depending on her. So yeah, a lot of personalities and a lot of stars in this
contender
tournament.
For the Golden Boot, certainly. What about the Lionesses? Who's likely to be top scorer for us?
I do think there's a few contenders within that England squad. Lauren Hemp has been unbelievable. I've spoke to Emma Hayes about her in some interviews, and everyone's got something good to say about Lauren Hemp. Ellen White, she does that celebration. She will definitely get on the score sheet. So there is definitely a few, and I think there'll be a little competition within that Lionesses squad. And I think it'll be good to have because the more goals, hopefully the further they go on in the competition.
Absolutely. One of the things I've noticed is that there are a lot of players who play for a few key sides in the Women's Super League, so they know each other really well. There does seem to be a great camaraderie and a lot of bonding heading into this tournament.
Yeah, there's so many different personalities. If you see on TikTok, Millie Bright, Rachel Daly, they're all getting in on each other's TikToks, doing different dances and collaborations. But I think they've all played at a youth level as well together, and I think that really helps with the team dynamic. We went down to training, you could see they're all joking, laughing, and I think it actually relates to the men's squad. I think this group has got what the men's group has as well, and I think they could go really far down the tournament, maybe one step further, hopefully.
I hope so. I mean, I was at the final, that dreaded day against Italy. I covered the men's game. I'm a pitchside reporter for the men's. And can they go one step further? I mean, it does look like they are certainly in the mix. Who are going to be their biggest challengers, though?
Oh, there's a few. I think Sweden always do really well at national tournaments. Germany has a proven track record within this tournament. They've won it more than 5 times. However, Spain is basically the Barcelona team. And that Barcelona team is very, very strong indeed. So I do think Spain, with the likes of Alexia Putellas in that squad, could lead the way for them. Netherlands as well, gone far in World Cups. Can they win the Euros again? They won it under Serena. But I do think England do have a really, really strong chance if they play their cards right.
I think one of the things that really excites me, and we heard Ellen White saying she couldn't believe the amount of noise that people are making already. And then the first game, the opener, is going to be at Old Trafford. Can you imagine the atmosphere there? And then the final is going to be at Wembley. This is really putting women's football on the map, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's really important that we use, obviously, the big capacity stadiums, Old Trafford, Wembley. Couldn't pick any better.
In your view.
In my view. But I also think the attendance is already sold out, both the opening game and the final. It's like a roadmap across the UK, so using MK Dons Stadium, Brighton Stadium, Rotherham, Sheffield. So you're kind of going all across the UK, and it allows everyone to have access to the games, and I think that's really important.
Hayters are really pushing the boundaries and trying to give people a brand new experience during this Euros. Talk to us about some of the things that people can see on Hayters TV that's just a little bit different.
Yeah, we're doing so much in terms of our coverage. Going lives on TikTok before the games, giving that build-up feel. Also loads of different fun videos. Also exclusive behind-the-scenes interviews with obviously players and managers from across all the games. Fan interviews as well. Hopefully you'll see me at some of the games and I'll get you for a one-to-one question. But I think we want to keep it fun as well. Fact files over players that people might not necessarily know about. We just want to know what you want. So what do the viewers vote? Put in the link below some of the questions that you want to see.
What are you most excited about?
I think the legacy of what this Euros will leave behind, I think it's going to be a game changer. And I always say this about other major tournaments, but especially this one being in the UK, a home tournament, especially if England go all the way. It's going to mean more girls and boys getting involved in football, more coverage, more eyes on the game, breaking down the stereotypes as well and perceptions, and I think it's already starting to do that.
And just finally, I don't want to go too negative, but there are a lot of keyboard warriors who like to say bad stuff about the women's game. And it's just so unnecessary because we can love all football. If you love football, surely you should love men's and women's, right? It's football. It's all football.
Exactly that. You've answered the question yourself. Football is football. Yeah, there are some people that do have those negative perceptions still, and I think it's very outdated. Times are changing. Everyone can play the game. Yes, there are differences. It's still football, and embrace it, and there is going to be some unbelievable goals, saves, skills that you'll see in this tournament, like any other.
Brilliant. I can't wait to see your coverage and Hayters coverage. Make sure you tune in. So Hayters TV on YouTube, on TikTok as well, of course on Twitter, on all social media. And let's hope we just have a fantastic tournament and one that will live in the memory and leave a fantastic legacy.